him inside and out, and a high percentage guy like Zach can make a big difference.
And he's tonight's Gatorade X Factor. Gatorade. Bonzi Wells, the only two Portland starters in the game. Lob for Wallace, overthrown. Okur, that's a long two. Rebound to the corner. Zach Randolph tracks it down. Zach with back-to-back double-doubles his last two outings.
Now, they had a great chance for a lob for Ben Wallace, and they saw him late, and by the time they saw him, he had already mistimed his jump.
Wells gets Corliss Williamson in the air, but then throws up an air ball. Shot clock is off. Pistons with a 2-point lead. Hubert Davis. And Detroit looking for more. Williamson has an alley. Caught by Randolph and will shoot two. Williamson only 4 points last night against the Golden State Warriors. 2 of those from the free throw line. Just 1 field goal in 24 minutes. Pressure,
not gambling, is what produces steals. And Bonzi Wells, trying to gamble, went on the wrong side of the ball and left the lane for Williamson to come into.
Plan shots have indicated the Portland game plan was to get on top of Detroit early, but with Detroit's backcourt coming out so well from a scoring standpoint, Tayshaun Prince, the rookie out of Kentucky, will replace Richard Hamilton. And Hamilton and Billips did the majority of the damage for Detroit in the first quarter, coming up with 20 of the Pistons' 25 points. Williamson, 2 of 2 from the line. 8.5, plenty of time for Portland to get off a quality shot here at the end of the first. Damon, a step-back gun, short, and that'll do it for the first quarter. The Detroit Pistons, powered by their backcourt, have a 4-point lead after 12 minutes. 26-22. Rasheed Wallace leads the Blazers with 9.
The 76ers have won 8. That's the longest winning streak in the league, and then New Orleans with 6 in a row. So there's some hot teams playing in Portland trying to keep their streak of 3 alive.
Wells with a drive against Corliss Williamson. Rebound battled for, and it's off Zach Randolph. Blazers start the second quarter with Antonio Daniels, Bonzi Wells, Rasheed Wallace, Zach Randolph, Damon Stoudemire on the floor, Hubert Davis, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, Mehmet Okur, and Corliss Williamson. That's the 5 for the Detroit Pistons.
They're going to be looking to get the ball inside to Williamson as much as they can. This is a group that Portland really needs to shut down, make it difficult for them to get any hoop. 6 on the clock.
4 to shoot. Ben Wallace to the fadeaway. Okur in the offensive rebound. Okur averaging 4.5 rebounds a game. He's been particularly valuable since Zelko Rabrasha has been out of the lineup since late December with an irregular heartbeat. Williamson on the back down against Wells. Offensive foul. Corliss Williamson now with 2 personals. Blazers make a change. Ruben Patterson is into the Portland lineup, and Arvydas Sabonis will follow him into the lineup as well.
The calls keep going the way they're going against the premier offensive players, and that be Williamson, Billips, or Rich Hamilton. Remember in Detroit, Rick Carlisle took leads. I've had it with the officials and got tossed out of the ball game. He's not happy now, so he may take an early lead again.
Phillips is back in the ball game for the Detroit Pistons. He's operating with 2 fouls. Here's Sabonis looking to wheel and deal. AD cutting back door, bump fired, and will shoot 2 free throws. And immediately, Arvydas making his presence felt with a nifty delivery.
The one thing that Portland's got to do when he's in the game is just keep moving, keep cutting. He'll find a way to get you the ball.
Tayshaun Prince, the foul, his first. Daniels converting the free throw. AD, in the first meeting between the 2 teams, played 9 minutes and did not score. AD, perfect rotation and a perfect result. Blazers within 2 at 26-24. Phillips had the torch early for the Pistons. 10 in the first quarter. Prince on the overthrow. Sabonis on the steal.
Well, that is the second time Tayshaun Prince has been leading Corliss Williamson to nowhere. Williamson is one place, and Prince is thinking he's going another. Drive by Daniels.
Through it, Williamson deflected. Patterson puts in the wing jumper. Patterson 11 points Friday night against the Clippers, and we're tied at 26. Portland with an all-reserve unit on the floor. That's not necessarily a bad thing, as the Denver Nuggets found out, and Stoudemire guilty of a foul against Billups. Damon's first foul. And Billups will head to the free throw line. Billups 2 for 2 from the line so far tonight, making a perfect 3 for 3. We referenced the first meeting of Rick Carlisle being ejected. Chauncey Billips was not a factor in the first meeting. 0 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 4 from downtown. 2 free throws there by Billups. He's got a dozen. The Pistons back to a 2-point lead.
Well, Billups has been on an incredible free-throwing string here of late, and had some nothing but the bottom of the net, drawing drive, leaving Patterson.
Patterson unabashed, unafraid, undeterred, scores his second bucket of the night. We're tied at 28. The Detroit Pistons bench, by scoring average, is the best in the NBA. Last night, they only had 9 points against Golden State. Billups to a cutting Corliss Williamson, who missed the dunk. Ben Wallace, the offensive rebound, however. No reset of the shot clock, and Ben Wallace throws up an off-balance leaner. Blazers look for the lead. Not quite 3 minutes gone. And now an overthrown for Rudy Patterson.
Idea was right, but just a little bit too high and long for he catches it. He's going to go out of bounds.
Turnover story, which was problematic for Portland early, is pretty much a dead heat now. Pistons with 4, Blazers with 5 in the turnover category. Tayshaun Prince against Antonio Daniels, 10 to shoot.
What Prince was in college was a scorer, and he's not sure what to do as a pro, and that's creating problems for him. So he's just out there and kind of trying to find his way.
Antonio Daniels. Rebound to Billups. That's long for a Poor. He can't control. And the normally reliable Detroit Pistons, as far as handling the basketball, they've turned it over now 5 times tonight. Blazers and Pistons engaged in a good one, tied at 28 on phone.
That got more offensive players.
Randolph a little shake and bake. Zaki career high 21 and 12 on Friday night against the Clippers. Blazers back in front. Williamson, short little jump shot over Arvydas Sabonis. The Blazer lead short-lived. Scottie Pippen is at the scorer's table for the Blazers. Williamson with 4.
But you put a lot of pressure on your team when they have to make a stop every single time down. So the Pistons have to be really good as they come back to Zach Randolph against the shot blocking of Ben Wallace. And he's got to try to attack him. Don't settle for that quick, easy way out.
Rebounding story is even at 12 to shy. Antonio Daniels, quick hands, deflecting it. Out of bounds. Scottie Pippen returns for Damon Stoudemire. Antonio Daniels sits down in favor of Derek Anderson. Billups in his 6th season out of Colorado. Second leading scorer for the Pistons, averaging 14.3. Williamson, quick release. And Corliss Williamson looks to have put his shooting slump behind him. He's been shooting 36% from the floor over the last 4 games. He's offered 6 points off the Detroit bench. Ben Wallace knocks that out of bounds. Blazers keep 15 to shoot, and the Pistons leading it by 2. Clifford Robinson will return to the Detroit lineup, and Ben Wallace will get his first break of the night.
They get more offense out there. I know that Carlisle likes, Ben Wallace likes his defense, his rebounding, but they've also got to be able to generate points. So Portland's got to be able to come back and keep the offensive pressure on.
Derek Anderson, 8 to shoot. Sabonis trying to get it back. 5 to shoot. DA against Billups. A step back 3. Yes! Derek Anderson, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc on Friday night against the Clips. He has a triple. Wallace has a triple. And the Blazers back in front, 33 to 32. Robinson on the back down. Salas knocks it free and is called for the foul by Monty McCutcheon.
Cliff trying to back down, use his strength and experience against Zach Randolph.
And Sabonis got a lot of wrist. 6.5 to go in the first half. Love feature at halftime about Ben Wallace. Robinson squares up. Clifford Robinson only had 4 points in the first meeting. He's already equaled that output tonight.
And he got those 4 early. And then struggled the rest of the ball game.
Fouled out, in fact, after just 22 minutes. Pistons by 1. Anderson double. 10 to shoot. Patterson, 5 to shoot. 3, 2, DA, another tough triple, that off the back iron, and Ruben Patterson draws down the rebound. Nearly threw it away. Randolph wants it. Instead, it goes to Sabonis.
And they're trying to get the ball to Randolph, and they're going to get a push-off against Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph, his second. Timeout on the floor. The Pistons a 1-point lead, 34 to 33.
Who do the dirty work, you know, the little things that it takes to help a team win are starting to get recognized now in this league.
Ben Wallace to clean it up and lock the rim.
Last year in Washington, Wes Unseld, he called me to the side and told me that he had say everybody on his team could score. He needed somebody to rebound and defend. And say, you know, as long as you can do that, there'll always be a place for you in this league. So I started doing that, and you know, the fans started responding, and all the guys started to appreciate it. And, you know, I just took it from there.
Wallace was the overall.
Well, you know, I just try to tell people, you know, stay in the gym, keep working on your game, because that opportunity going to present itself one day, and you got to be ready to take advantage of it.
Down as Corliss Williamson scores. Williamson is been about all they've had here in the second half.
18 on the night. Blazers by 25. Sabonis against Danny Manning. 6 to shoot. Wells against Williamson. Off the drive. Bobbled and lost it to Manning. Davis got Stoudemire in the air. Misfires. Tap out rebound from Sabonis is garnered by Davis. Hubert Davis, who spends his off hours perfecting his cello technique, makes it a 91-6, but he knows far more than I do. I'll say Dzień dobry, Sabas. And Dzień dobry is Polish for good day. And his eyes brightened. He said, Polska. And I said, Sabas, that's all I know. And then I got a scowl. And there's a foul. Danny Manning committing the foul, his first. Quintel moves in for Bonzi Wells, and Wells hearing it from the crowd. A career high 37.
Well, he's exactly what Cheeks needed in the second half. An offensive explosion to put the Detroit Pistons away. A tight game blown open, as I said before. Their biggest problem is they have to control the tempo. They have to control offensive play, and when they don't do it, then they get beat, and they're getting beat soundly this evening. David can't get either of the free throws to fall. Now the other thing is they should at least get one more chance to go to the line. Just be aggressive, move the ball, move yourself, as both benches are on the ball now.
Cooler from the baseline. Shabbos the tip rebound to Stoudemire. And John Barry, you called it. Damon will go back to the free throw line, courtesy of the foul against John Barry. Blazers have outscored the Pistons in the paint 42-22 and a 9-point edge on the break.
You know, Portland has had very few huge blowout win games, and this one is a quality win for them coming against a quality opponent.
Fred Meyer and the Blazers teaming up to help homeless women and children rebound at Shepherd's Door. For each rebound, $10 will be donated this season to date. Fred Meyer has donated $23,660, and the Blazers have the edge over the Pistons on the rebounding story, 33-28. The league's leading rebounder, Ben Wallace, held relatively in check tonight. He has 12 rebounds on the night. And Big Ben averages 14.5. Tayshaun Prince against Quintel Woods. John Barry with 4 to shoot. Prince in traffic at the shot clock buzzer. Tayshaun Prince averaged 13 points per game in his 4 seasons at the University of Kentucky. 23-point Portland lead. Jeff McGinnis about to get his first action of the night. Stoudemire amongst the trees. Sabonis. And Prince the rebound. Look at Tayshaun Prince, and you have the feeling as he scores that the Pistons training staff is going to say, have an extra steak or training day.
Well, you know, he's like Rip Hamilton. He's not necessarily ever going to be a big guy. You know, he's long, he's lean, and he's an offensive player who can explode. He just needs to play. And, you know, with that, he will become more forceful as Damon Stoudemire gets his first field goal.
Damon with 4, 2 assists, 2 rebounds.
You know, as much as the NBA believes in weight training, nice sleight of hand from Sabonis to make the steal, everybody's not going to be big. And some players are long and wiry, and that's what makes a difference. Randolph had that one knocked away, thought he was going to get fouled.
Hubert Davis off the speed drive. Deflected out of bounds by Antonio Daniels with 4:13 to go. Jeff McGinnis is in. Arvydas Sabonis goes down, so the Blazers go small and quick. Blazers will have a nice rest. The next play Wednesday night in Phoenix. Barry missing from 3. Randolph with the rebound, his 3rd.
Well, you know how coaches are. I'm sorry, the team's trying to play different. You can't have 2 days off. I mean, what happened after the All-Star break? Chiefs will probably call the league and ask for a schedule change.
Antonio Daniels is left open. Unguarded, Antonio Daniels drops in points 3 and 4 on the night. Portland about to hit the century mark for the 21st time this season.
The only good news is Danny Manning trying to go in. Gets a call going his favor against Quintel Woods. When you lose, you lose. And so the Pistons will probably be a better team when they get back home because they'll be angry about the fact that they played fairly well in all of these games and then got blown out in the final game of the trip. But they all count the same, whether you lose by 1 or 50.
Manning good with. He's appearing in his 6th game for the Pistons. As you look at his career playoff numbers, he's been around the block a few times. Of course, won a national championship. Danny and the Miracles.
Well, you know, he is the miracle in terms of basketball players in ACL.
Yeah.
He's won both legs and been able to come back and have a career. And one time, you know, you'd be done if you had that.
McGinnis against Barry. 8 to shoot. Randolph against Okur. 3 on the clock. Zap throws up an air ball. Barry from deep. John Barry may play himself back into Rick Carlisle's good graces here. Barry with 7.
Barry is what Barry is, which is a perimeter player. And, he plays with a lot of energy, gives him a spark off the bench, and you can question whether the coach is going to use him or not.
Talking with some of the Pistons people before the game, and part of the reason why Barry was seen more on the bench than the floor was that he was too inconsistent. He may give you 4 or 5 threes. He may also give you 4 or 5 turnovers. Manning with a wild miss.
But that's always been his game. And as a bench player, you got to come in and you just got to be aggressive and try to do the things that you do. And sometimes they work for you, sometimes they don't. He's not a great ball handler, but he is a good perimeter player. Frank's showing you he's got some offense. 7.25 for him.
He shoots 45.5% from downtown. That's the best among NBA rookies. 99-80. Blazer fans just want a free chalupa. Can Damon deliver? Nope. Portland will move to 39-20 on the season, 20-9 on the home floor. Prince on the cut. Prince padding his line. He's in double digits with 11. He averages fewer than 3.
Playfully gets up acting like he's going to come in the game. This should be a drive for Quintel Woods, Boston coach.
Taken away by the Pistons. Okur running the middle, lays it in.
Who was that? Sleight of hand from Okur.
Okur, a member of the Turkish national team, has 4 and 6 rebounds. 15-point game. This is going to look a lot closer.
Well, I mean,
this game was, particularly given the third quarter.
When you're up by 27 or 25, there's always a tendency to let down.
Let the party begin. Blazers' largest lead was 27 tonight. It's 17 now, 101-84. Final minute from the Rose Garden. Hubert Davis missing from deep. Pistons will fall to 37-23. Wow! Frosting on this cupcake, 103-84. Randolph with 6. Pistons have to shoot. Manning will lay it up and in. And the Pistons will move to, as I said, 37-23, losing 7 in a row. Their longest losing streak of the season. Blazers will have to shoot it one more time.
Well, everybody has scored except Quintel Woods, and, if you're thinking the right way, you ought to at least let him have a chance to look at it. 4 on the clock.
Zach from 3, it's an air ball. 5.9. And it doesn't look like Quintel Woods is going to get his shot. Final timeout on the floor, 5.9 to go. The Blazers have this 5.9 away from the win column, officially. Tonight's Les Schwab player of the game, Bonzi Wells, a career-high 37, 14 of 18 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 3 steals for Bonzi Wells, tonight's Les Schwab player of the game. The final score here in Portland, the Blazers defeat the Pistons 103-86. For the staff for Steve Jones and Ann Schatz, I'm Pete Pranica. The final score once again, Blazers over the Pistons 103-86. Our next Blazer game is against the Phoenix Suns, Wednesday night live at 6 on KGW. Stay tuned. Up next, Beyond the Glory, focusing on Alonzo Mourning. And tonight at 10, the Northwest Sports Report. Good night, everybody.